Today I would like to do a brief demonstration of how to program the Mettler Toledo bPro directly on the scale. We'll be programming PLUs today. So to do that, you start from the main screen, you hit the config mode button here, that's this yellow key. Hit it once, you'll go to the database, and then you hit the enter key to go into the database. We're going to go down twice to database PLU and hit enter. And then the top one says edit PLU, so we're going to enter that. Now, if we were looking at an existing PLU, which we will do first, then we'll put the number in and we would be editing. So if I hit number 100 and enter, first is PLU type. If I hit enter on that, I have different selections there that I can make. I can set it by standard pack, by count, or by weight. The default, if you don't change it, is by weight. You push enter to move the check mark. A by count would be an item sold for by the number of pieces. Standard pack is more like a loaf of white bread where it is sold for a fixed weight of maybe 16 or 20 ounces. So we're going to set this one to by weight and go ahead and when you have a list of things like this, to get out you have to hit escape as opposed to enter. Then we're going to go down to the next thing, which is item number. Item number, if we hit enter, is the number that is embedded in the barcode. This case it's set for 100 and we will leave that by hitting enter. Then I'm going to skip department number, it's not commonly used. We're going to go to description 1 and push enter, and we have ground beef on the display, which is what we want. So if we want to edit that, we can, but we don't need to. This is correct, so we can hit enter. And then if I want to go to description line 2 and enter, and maybe I want to edit this, I don't want to say daily at the end. There are keys up here that have arrows on them that will allow you to move left, right. The end key under pre-pack will take you to the end of the text. Home key takes you to the beginning and things like that. BS is for backspace. Delete all deletes the whole line of information. And DEL will go delete going to the right. So if I hit the end key and then use the backspace, I can take out the word daily, and then I'm going to go ahead and hit enter there, and then I can go down to probably price would be the next most common thing, and we hit enter there, and that's my price, which I can leave there or I can change, and hit enter. Then I go down, unless I'm doing by count items, then I would do a quantity, otherwise that would not be used. If I'm doing a standard pack, I would enter fixed weight information. Go to your tare field 1, which is most commonly what is used, and enter. And if I need to take a tare, there's a 3 there. If I want a different one, like a 2, I can put 02 in there and enter that. Then I can skip over the tare 1 percentage, tare 2 percentage, go down to sell by days and enter. And maybe I want to put 4 days on there instead of 3, so I can change that and enter. Then I can go down to special message, which is another common one that we might edit or change, and push enter. Right now there is no special message. If I put number 1 on there, if I had a message it would display, but I do not have one programmed in at this time. So I go ahead and hit enter. I want to go down to allow price, and you want to enable that in most cases, which it is here. And that's the second one down there, and that's where the check mark is. And then again, this is a list, so I have to hit escape. I'm going to go down now to ET number. ET stands for extra text. This is the number that would be associated with ingredient text. And in many cases, we use the same number as the PLU. Ground beef is not going to have any ingredients, so we're not going to enter anything there. Then we go down to ET2, that's a second ingredient or recipe or cooking instruction that we can do. Labels per PLU, not used real commonly unless we want to do multiple label designs in our system or do a front and back label. And we have some force flags here. We can force the operator to have to do things by turning on the price or the tare, and it prompts the operator to confirm that that information is correct. Again, that's a list, so we hit escape to get out. We're going to skip blank flag and we're back to PLU type. So we're through that PLU, and so we're going to go ahead and hit escape now, and then it will ask me, do I want to save my changes? The one that is highlighted in gold is the selection, so the answer is yes. So we're going to go ahead and hit enter. Now if I wanted to create a totally new PLU in the edit PLU, so I'm going to go into edit PLU again, but I'm going to put in number 199 and enter. And then I'm going to go into the price type and confirm that it's in there by weight. Well, let's change that one to a standard pack. So I'm going to enter standard pack, and then I'm going to escape out of the list. I'm going to go down here to item number. As you can see, it's all zeros, and I want 199 in that item number. Enter that, and then I'm going to go down here to description 1 and enter, and there's nothing there. As you can see down here, it says cap. That means I'm doing all capital letters. So if I want to program this in as pork sausage, any of the blank keys down here at the bottom are spaces. So I typed in pork sausage and I hit enter. And I don't need a second line of description or a third or fourth. I'm going to go down here now to price, and the price is going to be $2.39, we're going to say, and enter that. I'm going to sell this as a quantity of 1, and since I'm doing a fixed weight or a type standard pack, I'm going to go here and enter fixed weight, and I'm going to say this is going to be exactly a 1 pound package. So I'm going to put it at 16 ounces. Tare is not used when you're in standard pack. So I'm going to skip down here now to shelf life days and push enter. And we're going to say that this is good for 5 days. I want to go down here to allow price, which is currently disabled, which is the default. So I want to enable that. And then I'm going to escape out because that's a list. I'm going to put ingredients on here in another lesson. So I'm going to go here. And I'm going to put ingredient number 199, which it filled in automatically for me, and I'm going to enter that. And that's really all the things I want to do, so I can hit escape and again save that information. So once I have done that, then I can escape completely out. And I'm back to the operation. So now if I call up number 100, you'll see there's my ground beef, fresh ground with my price, and I can put a weight on the scale, and it'll print me out a label if it's an auto print and give me my information. If I go then and clear that out and I go to number 199, now I have my pork sausage, and as you can see, it's in there as a fixed weight item. So then I would just be printing and telling it maybe how many of those labels I want. So if I wanted a quantity of 3 of those labels, I hit quantity 3, enter print, and it would give me out my 3 labels, like so. And then I can go ahead and clear that item, and so that's how you have programmed that. There are some additional things you can program in if you wish as well. So if we go to the configure, and we go into the database with enter, and then I go down to the database of PLU, and there's one here that's called edit items. If I hit enter and I put in my number there, 100, you'll notice there's place for linking NutriFacts, alternate safe handling, graphics can be linked to the PLU. That's there. Cool text if you want cool information. If you're doing frequent shopper, you can do trace numbers for lot numbers, process date for dating things that have a fixed date on them. If you're doing the dual pricing, you got second price. So those are all things just for your information that are under added items, not commonly used, but occasionally used. So you can go ahead then and I can escape out of here and all the way out, and I am done with teaching of programming PLUs.